EU5 patch 1.2 just released, together with the Fate of the Phoenix DLC, obviously focusing on Byzantium, but the patch itself has so much more content, so much UI improvements, a few of new features, and extra flavor for the Orthodox region as well as a few countries. And unlike most of the creators, I will not play Byzantium. You have enough Byzantium content on YouTube. I'm gonna play as Serbian Empire because it has plenty of new content, and let's review it. If you're looking to buy any games that are Paradox or non-Paradox, do check partner of this channel edaba.com that offers thousands of games and DLCs and gift cards on any platform that you might think of. So even the consoles will be here at a much cheaper price that you would normally find. Do check the link in the video description to support the channel while buying these games. Let's first of all look at the content that Serbia is getting. You see, this screen is having an overhaul, giving us a better representation of the bonuses. I'd still like to have this little amount of the events and bonuses here, but you see we have 19 country bonuses now and another 6 for being Serbian, so that's 25 in total. Previously Serbia had 17, so there are a few new, mostly this is a new disaster and 2 policies, as well as some advances that we're getting on top, especially the separate Serbia advances. There was 22 events before, now we have 29. And you can see you can actually preview first of all requirements and then the options once you complete it. So that gives us how much content this country has before I start playing it. There are new options in the game rules. You can enable browsing the historical events. Byzantium can be named Basileia at Romanian now. And you can actually make it possible to become an empire within the HRE. Because the 6 kingdoms within the Hoyan Empire could have it. No restrictions on historical. So in case the HRE is so bad you cannot be an empire, so you can do that. I'm gonna do restricted by numbers. And there's a new feature in the game called AI personalities. Where AI nations are designed historically by appropriate personalities reflecting their documented ambitions and political characters. Where, from my understanding, each country has their same personality for the whole game, you know, how much they expand and etc. It could be random, where you see it's gonna be assigned randomly at the start of the game. It could be random per age, or it could be random per ruler. And I'm actually gonna go for the random per age AI personalities in this particular game. That's just, one of the changes that they want to introduce to get the AIs to expand more historically. So actually, if I do my first game like that, let's go historical and see if that's gonna make, for example, Ottomans be a problem for me as Serbia. You can see also here a little icon about the DLC being enabled, and I could click to understand more about the DLC itself. And looks like all my map modes are gone, so I have to reassign them. But look, for example, Ottomans' personality is aggressive, which is giving all of these modifiers. On the other hand, Poland is defensive, which gives all of these modifiers. While let's see, the Mamluks is also defensive. Muscovy, expansionist. The Fate of the Phoenix DLC gives new portraits for the Orthodox countries. That's what we have. Look, that's how very similar is for the Bulgarians. Wallachia is very different. The Byzantium, the Trebizond, Georgia. We start with a few bad privileges that are already assigned, like this one giving us minus 5% max control. This one giving the defensiveness, but most importantly more power to the nobility. This one giving them less maximum tax. Anyway, for the government reforms, I will go and take the deeper reputation for the expansion, as well as I'm thinking between the crown power, loyalty of subjects, and the progress towards land. Let's go for this because it also gives the prosperity. So make sure to rival Bulgaria and Byzantium. They changed the UI here of the map modes, because now we can actually have multiple, as you see, stuff linked to each of them. It actually made my UI much cleaner. And yeah, for example, here I have literacy and institutions. Here I have more like geographical stuff like rivers. Here I have maritime presence and harbor capacities. In here I have the culture stuff. In here I have the religion stuff. The ledger is also improved. You see there's right now a dedicated military tab with all the countries and their stuff. ongoing wars. When you go to government, you see in here we've got a new tab called events. That's where you can preview what the events you're having, and you see it's sorted by the ages. You can sort by other stuff as well. If you're filling the requirements, what are the requirements and what kind of options you will be getting once the event is completed. So that's kind of like mission trees, but without the whole paths that you'll need to complete. And obviously many of them are disconnected, so it's not that ideal. They even mentioned in the dev diary before that patch that they want to make this more connected to feel more like a storytelling. So many of these events will happen as soon as my god tier king dies. We have to keep him alive for a long time. So definitely going for this mission here that requires me to do some conquest of Byzantium. There's a mission to be at war with Byzantium. And there's also a mission to conquer stuff here from Hungary. So we'll be going all towards it in this age. Since I do have a navy at the start, let me make sure to... I'm not sure I want to put a king on it, because I want to keep the land focus, not the naval. Go towards naval if I put the king there. So let's maybe not do that yet. And you also see it on the trade, there's not much that they have here for now to play around with, but in the future, like this is also improved map mode. You can see to each nodes I have range from Dubrovnik, or from which I trade. The other is what's called trade orders, where I can put part of our automation to trade with one specific good, and it will be just maximized by itself. You see, for example, I want to trade with starting grains. This is how much capacity put on it, and the automation itself will be trying to use that amount of the capacity to earn as much money as possible from that trade. They added also wealth here, so like if my control is 100 lever, that's how much you would have. Obviously base tax is adjusted by the control. Serbia is in general very nice, because look how much silver we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 silver mines. We'll be definitely leveraging that to maximize our money. For that we'll need definitely, bylifes and roads connection to the capital. But we'll be getting there. Let's for now definitely give a few privileges to our states. Not the nobility for sure. At least nobility starts with a lot of loyalty, so I can give a couple of privileges before they get too angry and rebel. And definitely the gold and silver output is one of the first priorities we have. But it quickly got to 31 by just giving a few privileges to Mieszczaństwo. And definitely need more, especially for Serbia later. Yeah, let's not rush. We don't want the rebellion controlling the full country. You can now automate minting, so you don't have to drag and drop it as you had before. And because the cost of the court and everything is based on the wealth, we have a problem, because all of the silver mines create a lot of wealth, but I don't have enough control there, so that creates a big negative balance at the start of the game. There's few privileges that we start with. There's efficiency of the cabinet, mimicking the phoenix, legislative efficiency, expand mining costs for the silver mines. When I have the money that we have, I'll start with locations. I think that's a new UI. I started focusing on the RGOs, which actually is the wheat, because it's for good control or market access, but you see there's also silver and copper over there to maximize some of the money. While these guys, they will focus supporting better party cases. A new one guy does the strengthen government, and the other guy will focus on increasing the control. Maybe in Kosovo, because it has 2 silver mines and a coal. One of the other changes that they did is how the armies are. You see there's now a clear split between light infantry, heavy infantry. You also have the preview of all of the units that you'll be able to unlock. Same there's light cavalry, including your unique units that you'll be able to unlock, which is Serbian hussars that we have, as well as the heavy cavalry. I don't really think I need that many forts. I'm gonna keep one on the north. This one I will remove. Just keep it one on the north, one on the south, one in the capital. Maybe that niece I will keep just to save some money. We have a subject. I can't see it actually. I think it's it. Let me change. I think the graphic mode might be breaking a little bit. Let me reload without it, because it's obviously not updated yet. Okay, much better now. The only thing that I kept is the Midnight UI. I just can't play without it. And I think I'm gonna also change the map setting to have the subjects have the blended color. And now make sure to improve relations with these guys. And how the alliances? Did you ally anyone? No. Potential 9,000. Oh, they split potential here between levies and standing armies. We have potential of 6,000, so it's not gonna be easy. And these guys have potential of 11,000, but yeah, we'll want definitely to 1v1 Bulgaria. Yeah, here goes the two situations, Turkish threat, and the other one's Fate of the Phoenix. We'll be giving the opportunities to capitalize on their weaknesses. Can't see the situation though. Interestingly, guys, also there's a big overhaul. I think it's in vanilla, but I'm not sure. For the Orthodox region, you see here we've got the Pentarchy. The Orthodox nations that control specific locations get bonuses. Like you see, for Constantinople, I would get Diplo Rep. There's research progress, estate satisfaction, 5% cost of the court, and prestige. There are also so many more actions that you can take in here. And saying the integration organization itself. Look at the UI, it's beautiful. Just wondering if it's just Constantinople is getting that much. Because me, as being just a member, I just profit for what Byzantines are doing. That's actually funny. If that subject has less than 50 of loyalty in 1341, they will become vassal of Byzantium. One of the new features in vanilla as well are the urban rights, where to the urban locations, you see you can assign right now urban rights in here. It costs you legitimacy, but you can give some bonuses to this location in exchange for some other stuff. For now, I'm not doing any of this. Just FYI, there's also a lot of unique urban rights that you have for many of them. Like, see, this is giving the monthly development. Next thing that I'll be saying on is definitely roads to both of the closed silver mines. That's where I can increase it fast. And then obviously we'll be having more far away silver mines, but that's gonna be the secondary goal. Also, funny enough, all of the south is not accepted cultures, and we have some capacity that is being used by Bulgarian and Wallachian toleration. Is this Bulgarian down south here? I think not, yeah, it's Bulgarian. And accepting it is not gonna be that expensive. So let's go ahead and accept it. Yes. What about these? What kind of cultures? We have Albanian. I think Albania might be just something that we're gonna culture over because it's gonna cost way too much to integrate, to accept. Our map print store strategy maps.co is currently running vintage maps weeks that's most importantly has old school maps of Roman Empire, the Balkans, Alexander the Great Empire, and many more products that are discounted up even to 35%. If you want to buy any other map as well, you can get 10% off with a code ULM. Oh, they also added now not only to automate the trade, but at what satisfaction you want to target the automation. I love it. That's also clearly showing you what kind of bonuses you're getting from paying for your Diplo. Like I started doing it right a bit. See, it's the whole list that I'm having an understanding of, which it's kind of sad that it gives Diplo rep, because it means before any piece they'll have to just go full the slider to get a bit of Diplo rep, so get less of antagonism. You see the weakness of Romania, how time has come, I would get claims on these three provinces, or I do nothing. Well, the CP will not hurt. Just wait for them to have some problems, so their amount of levies decrease and I attack. The dreams of King Stefan Uros IV Dusan Nemanjic. To the gates of Constantinopolis, the Gallery Rome awaits. Will be granted claims on province Casus Belli against these locations. Shall we complete the conquest during the life of our king, we'll become an empire and gain ability to proclaim our own autocephalous patriarchy. The king will benefit from the insatiable ambition character modifier. Oh, the life expectancy, I love it. Now when you see in the diplomacy that there is a CB you are getting, it's not only the percentage, because the speed might vary, but also more or less how much time it's gonna get. So in 24 months I'll have to destroy enemy CB on Bulgaria, and I allied Wallachia to destroy them together. I don't have to build a road to the silver mine because the burgers are doing that for me already.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
I love this, small UI additions you see next to our crown power. I also have the average control that we're having in Serbia and what it is impacting. Like you see the crown power, for example, research progress are being impacted. There's also a new button here to perform a reduction. which gives us money, makes them very happy, and takes down some of their buildings. And in here, as if the rebels are loading, you see they're not. I know if you don't have enough of silver, there's also a gold that was found in Lete, which is a location in here. Saxon miners will make us rich.
Hello, I like money.
They will indeed. They'll first get us into some debt and create some wealth here without having much of control, but we'll be working on improving that. Yeah, look, 7 wealth with just 2 of tax base that we're getting. Apparently now losing agendas also takes your prestige besides stability, but we're gonna use that opportunity to change a law, obviously. And definitely the first one that I need to change is the distribution of power, because currently in the traditional we are losing 10 crown power. And what we definitely do need is favoring the ruler that gives 33% of it. Then I still try, yes, serfdom is good, try getting it passed. You know, there are small UI additions here and there, like for example in here you can save your navy or your army as a template if you love what you achieved. Some additional buttons like allowing friendly armies to board, which wasn't possible before. Looks like we're getting some German general that is refusing to serve in the cabinet. They also have nothing really better to deal with. This also seems okay. I'm gonna test actually this to see what nice I can get out of a bit of religious influence. For example, I could do for 10 of it Perifora that takes a work of art like an icon on the road. It's actually quite popular. The White Angel is the only one that I have. And what, I could get it to the capital? Okay, now what does it give to me? Tell me! And we're going quite strongly towards land, so I should be actually safe to put the ruler on the navy. Yeah, we're still going towards land, so nothing is lost. And that will help us increase the crown power. It's already 16 thanks to that distribution of power change. And it's up to 20 with the ruler on it. Because these guys are just way too powerful with all these modifiers. But anyway, let's declare on Bulgaria. Calling Wallachia, because otherwise I can't win it 1v1. It's gonna be a really tough war. Let's rally everyone in here. Or maybe let's take everyone more centrally so I can go and engage faster. I'll also make sure to let people attach to the army. Get a good general. And I'll also ask my subjects to be supportive. Looks like Ottomans lost the war to Kandarids, losing all of these terrains. Very unfortunate.
Oh no! Anyway.
And I'm gonna try not only connecting my own armies, but I will go get these guys attached to me. And I'm gonna go... No, don't fight Wallachians! They got wiped! Why? Yeah, well, I think I wanted to win with my subjects attached and Wallachia, but yeah, Wallachia fucked us up. They've lost 25 war score. There's a new subject focus as well, Siege Rider, the focus on the sieges. This was both sieges and battles. In Age of Renaissance, I'm gonna go for the admin focus that gives a lot of economical and administrative stuff. Most importantly, proximity speed, but also religious work as well, which might be useful as I'm Orthodox. Yeah, also your cabinet members are getting traits now. You see that guy got unmotivated, giving him less efficiency of the cabinet. At least Wallachia is useful to tank the war, and in the meantime just car passage in Bulgaria. These guys lost enough on attrition, I can go ahead and now engage them. Hopefully... Oh yeah, that's also nice. Now if you're getting casualties it's in red, if they're getting casualties it's in green. So it's also cleaner who's losing how much and on what side you are. Looks like we're destroying them. And I already know that's gonna be a lot of antagonists from that war. Or it's just... Yes, I should improve relations with at least Wallachia and Hungary. Oh! And the Emperor surrendered! Which is a new feature as well, so that's great. I didn't have to occupy forts. Remember, taking forts is more expensive when you don't occupy them. So that fixed it. By the way, also that's screen on the army. I can collapse it to make it small or bigger, depending what you need to look at. But yeah, that helps certainly a lot. Something like this. It's just before piecing out. Look, 314 antagonists. I hate that you have to do it like that way. With this, it's 294. And I hate that part as well. And with this, it is down to 270. And also that shouldn't be that slow to load. Look how slow it's loading. It was not loading that slowly on the last patch. So it's still Hungary. Not Wallachia anymore. Let's just wait a few more months to improve Hungary. Do I have to piece out a conditional surrender? It's probably not immediately. And by the way, they pieced out Wallachia before unconditional surrendering trust. That's also funny news. Now that's a big Serbia that we're having. And all of these terrains. Right? Yeah, on all of these terrains I'm gonna release subjects. Ideally historical. And there's one that I can do in here. The rest is gonna be custom. Now, that's better. And looks like these guys have a problem with levies. And the subjects will be helping us out. So I'm gonna immediately follow this up. Let's go sieging subjects and declare on Byzantium. I think I will anyway have to pay more. Oh yeah, which claim now? I'll have to pay more for Diplo. Why am I getting so much Diplo? Okay, because I'm fully spending on it. Let's pay some more on Diplo just to start improving with some Orthodox countries so they don't join the coalition. Kiev, Wallachia, at least this free. Since at war with Romania, we got that event that I was showing you earlier. For some money, I get Spy to Convent, which converts into siege ability. And I get a character from there. Ooh, a god tier character. Surely do get him. Look, the Theodosian walls are now also visible. Obviously, this is part of the DLC. There's a little sign over here. This is a megalopolis, which is part of like a location rank that it's much harder to be gained. I think you need a few 100,000 of people in the location and some other stuff. But that's not a part of the DLC. It's in a free patch. And about that also, is now very important on what kind of topography your capital is on. For example, if mine is on a flatland, I'm getting at minus 20% proximity on all flatlands. So for us, it might be worth thinking about switching the capital to hills or mountains, looking how many hills and mountains we are having around. Yes, I'll not be taking Constantinople, it's just impossible with the Theodosian walls. Instead, I'm gonna dismount to the fort there and take as much as possible. The general goal is also in the second war to fully annex them so they take over their subjects. So this amount of land should be just enough once they accept. Oh, I hate it. This must be a bug that is loading so slowly. Maybe it's the Midnight UI that is causing that, I hope not. But look how much I have to wait to actually figure out, okay, this is how much antagonists it's gonna give. It's gonna give enormous amount of antagonists. But again, I'm gonna decrease it with the same trick I did before. But before I peace out, I'm gonna take some time to improve relations with the guys I mentioned earlier. Okay, this is OP. They capitulated, which is a great feature, but that makes war with Byzantium so much easier. But wait, they capitulated. So look, in the previous war, Bulgaria capitulated, giving me the capital, but maybe they made this so that the Theodosian walls cannot be capitulated, because look, I can't do anything. Well, that's gonna increase my war exhaustion soon, hasn't it? I would take some time to improve relations. Let's still improve a little bit with these three guys before I go to peace out. Oh, I think it did not surrender Constantinople because Karasids were on it. No, are you for real? Oh my god. I'll piece it out here then without having any idea how much of antagonist that's gonna be for real on bigger countries. It's a big Serbia to be having now. Hungary is just above. Naples is just above. All these countries are just above. Yeah, I think I'm utterly screwed, guys. That UI fucked me up. It is what it is. I should soon get that event to become an empire. There it is, empire rank. An issue is it gives me plenty of antagonists again. And also creates me my own patriarchate. So now we are Serbian Carstvo. And look in here. Yes, that's my own UI. See, to start this debate I need prestige and legitimacy. And it also costs 50 of the religious influence. Begin Empires is a new cabinet member. Let's definitely start leveraging it to improve the control. Why this guy, multiple rep, is not helpful anymore. You go integrate. In the meantime, how about we change another law? Record customs. Let's get the proximity for land. And I can also progress a bit towards land to still pass the parliament. At least Kiev and Volhynia cannot join it anymore, so I can cancel improving. Karasit joined. God damn it. You welcome, Ottomans! They got to Constantinople! Where's Byzantium now? Okay, they're still alive in some locations, so I'll be able to take over their subjects. But if I want Constantinople, I go against the Ottomans that please have only Karasis as an ally. So they are an easy target, but my antagonist does not make any easy target. I will also start... I need a diplomat for that, but I'll start enforcing culture on some of these guys. Not the Bulgarians, because I accept their culture, but on the Greeks. Just so the subjects start assimilating. Keep in mind that in this patch they nerfed the ability of subjects to assimilate cultures. It's much slower, but they still can do it. And there it is, the coalition declared on us. We are utterly fucked. What would you want? They just want to humiliate me? Yes, I'm gladly gonna be humiliated. Obviously the money doesn't help. But they don't even want that much of the money. Well, it's a few ducats of loans. Humiliation? Sounds like the best deal of my life.
So I'm gonna pay you $100 to fuck off.
Because now, can go take time to avoid that coalition from recreating and prepare to fight the Ottomans. They are my rival actually, so build spy network on them. Now, speaking of Greeks, I could improve their opinion of us to accept that culture later on, but I would still prefer subjects to convert it. Oh, my flag changed, by the way, when I become Carstvo. The 7 Uroš 4 of Dusan Nemanic code allows me to unlock a new policy and enact it. So that's a legal code, so currently it gives me shit. 33% crown power and efficiency of the cabinet. That is so good. This makes the state not so happy and takes a lot of money and makes this guy admin staff 90. Go for it. It's not that bad. It's gonna fix quickly. Most importantly, that crown power is gonna be a game changer. I also see the ones in orange are the ones that I already got. So in red is still the ones that I can get in this age. And if I go toward the Ottomans, I can get Battle of Kosovo, which gives me 4 to glory. Shit. Look, my other advisor's abrasive gives me negative diplo rep. Diplo rep is quite important. I might need to replace that guy. The next age we have also some unique advances like reinforcement speed, army morale, home of the Hussars with our unique units. Yes, having that in mind, how about we focus on getting populations like to subjects, subject opinions, annexation cost. Proximity is next to it, so I'll just grab it as well. And we could also go for morale and home of the Hussars, but that's not gonna be of huge use until we unlock the armories. Weren't armories in this part of the tree? Or they were always in the professional armies? I actually forgot. I think this patch also nerfed a bit the prices of silver and gold. Like silver is now 6, I think it was 8 ducats before. Oh, did you know that the quantity and economic base of subjects now impacts your crown power? Look. That hurts. That hurts as hell. Oh no, Black Death just arrived. Rest in peace, my stability. Let's just go and segregate the infected. Oh no, Ottomans already subjugated Karasids, conquering Armenians. If I want to fight them, I have to do it sooner than later. So that next parliament go ahead and get the CP on the Ottomans this time. So, if you declare on them, they have actually a shitty amount of levies because of the Black Death, so am I. But we have subjects to help us out. I might even call Wallachia for fun. There's some new music also added in the DLC. Let's actually go and play them for myself. I'm not gonna hear much. You can hear the music now. Just gives you that Orthodox climate. Well, anyway, the Black Death is gone. It only killed 357,000 of our population. I honestly only want Constantinople from that war, so on top of that I'm just gonna get straight or color boulders. And, you know, yet again, they should have fixed that micro heavy piece deals. It's fine. We could actually keep the war going for a bit longer, so I can grab full money reparations from them. I really need money. The conquest of Czarograd, and gives me conversion of all of Orthodox guys into Serbian. A lot. Or show respect. No respect. And the city of Constantinople, we get the Patriarch for additional diplomatic reputation. So now that's all over here, the Pentarchy. Now the problem with the subjects on this patch, I know I'm playing this patch for the first time actually, is you're not gonna annex a subject if you don't pay for your diplomats, which is kind of forces you spending a lot on the diplomacy. Looks like I also really need to start investing into libraries, because the cultural influence of Serbia is shit compared to Bulgaria, and it's gonna be the same against the other cultures. Oh, you can't also anymore enforce religion and culture until it's 10 years since you release a subject. That's another change in this patch. Yes, another thing, they increase the base cost, I think, of an annexation, so you don't like insta-annex small subjects, but amount of the provinces is not as impactful as it was before on the cost. I should also start inviting, especially my subjects. Oh, that's not the music. Let's pause it. Especially my subjects to our patriarchate. I completely forgot that I can do that. I just don't have really diplomats to do so, but we'll do that steadily. Anyway, I think 20 years is where I'm gonna finish the first episode, because I want this to be a long series. I'm gonna explore the Serbian conquest. I'm gonna explore the Serbian events, flavor, and also expand on what Orthodox can actually do. I'm recording this just less than a day for the patch release, so I gotta go and edit the video right now, but I'm gonna definitely continue this series. I also plan in the coming days to do a double time-lapse to show comparison of the AI behavior between 1.1 and 1.2 patch, or maybe even 1.2 patch in a few variations, you know, with the different traits for the countries. But for today, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy that content. I would like to see more EU5, EU4, whatever you want. And do check our strategymaps.co store, as we're having some heavy discounts running right now, and you can get another 10% off with a code ULM.